5 years. 5 years since Conor McGregor stepped into the octagon, and this Saturday that ends in Las Vegas during International Fight Week on one of the deepest main cards the UFC has put together all year. This is the Check-In LV presented by CoolBet, and this is your UFC 329 preview. Saturday, July 11, T-Mobile Arena. McGregor versus Holloway headlines a rematch 13 years in the making, going back to when both of these guys were just starting out. Long before either one of them became a Hall of Famer, McGregor moves up to welterweight now. For the first time in his career, Holloway makes his 170-pound debut. Two legends, one has been out of the game for half a decade, the other hasn't stopped moving. But that's just the top of the card. The co-main, the lightweight collision between Paddy Pimblett and Benoit Saint-Denis. Two ranked contenders, one win away from the title conversation. Below that, a bantamweight, measuring stick fight. One of the most explosive flyweight matchups you'll see all year, the card opener that has Fight of the Night written all over it. 5 fights, 5 breakdowns, my picks, my reasoning, and where I'm putting my money this weekend. Let's get into the main card. Fight 1, Ken Green versus Terrence McKinney. Lightweight, main card opener. This is how you open a pay-per-view. Ken Green is 39 years old, somehow having one of the best stretches of his career. 3-fight win streak, dropped Daniel Zellhuber in Mexico City back in February, and then submitted Jeremy Stephens in May. 35 career wins. This is a guy who's been everything that the sport can throw at him, and he still finds a way to win. Always fighting for his people, always representing his county. His game is deceptive. Low hand placement, Philly shell defense, patient counter striking, and he wants you to overcommit and he makes you pay for it. Terrence McKinney is a complete opposite animal. This guy doesn't let a fight go over a minute sometimes. Every single one of his 26 professional fights has ended inside the distance. He's the only one that has the second round 4 times in his entire career. His last 7 fights have ended in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. How many people can say that? This man does not know how to go a decision. So here's the read. This is not who's the better fighter breakdown. This is who gets there first breakdown. McKinney got twitch power, recklessness. Green's got the bare patience to make him pay for that recklessness, but only if he survives the storm early. My pick, I got Ken Green in this. Inside the first round, I think the Philly shell and the counter experience is exactly the kind of look that catches a see-it-do fighter like McKinney off guard. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong fast. The fighter is not gonna make it to the second round. Fight number 2, Brandon Royval versus Lanier Kavanaugh. Flyweight. Royval's the title challenger. Currently ranked number 4 in the world, and he's fighting a kid who's still building his resume. And Lanier Kavanaugh, ranked number 6. Unbeaten inside the octagon, fighting out of London. This is one of those stylistically fun matchups on the card. Two guys who genuinely want to finish the fight. Royval's got the highlight reels, spinning attacks, scrambles, unpredictable angles. Most flyweights can't replicate. Kavanaugh got the size for the division and more direct forward style that steamrolled everyone he's touched so far in the UFC. Here's the thing about Royval. His ceiling is higher than almost anyone in the division when he's clicking. His floor when things go wrong is also lower. He's been finished before. That volatility is exactly what makes the fight worth watching. My pick, I got Kavanaugh by decision in this. I think this is a step-up fight where the size and the pressure start to matter. Over 5. Over 5, 3 rounds, it doesn't matter. Royval is trying to find bursts of offense against a bigger, more disciplined pace setter. But I'm not fading Royval either. Royval finishing instincts completely. If he finds one clean exchange, this can flip in a heartbeat. Fight number 3, Mario Bautista versus Corey Sandhagen, a personal favorite of mine. Bantamweight, my division. This fight matters more than people are giving it credit for. Corey Sandhagen is back for the first time since he challenged Merab. Merab for the title, number 4 ranked contender. One of the most technically gifted strikers in the entire promotion. Angles, kicks, distance management, all elite. But he's coming off a loss to the best fighter in the world. And this is what a gatekeeper fight looks like at the top of the stacked division. Mario Bautista been quietly building one of the best under-the-radar runs in the bantamweight division, pulling out upsets everywhere. He's been good competition without much fanfare, and this is his chance to turn a step-up fight into a signature win, which he's been doing in the past fights too. Sandhagen, the sharper, more varied striker on paper, Bautista's pace and pressure are what makes this live. He doesn't let the former title challenger find their rhythm. My pick, Sandhagen by decision. I think the technical gap is real, and a 5-round title fight tested Varen finds enough answers over the 3 rounds against a relentless pressure, but I want Bautista's chin and gas tank respected here. This is a razor close read, and I wouldn't blink if the pressure fighter gets his hand raised instead. Fight number 4, Paddy Pimblett versus Benoit Saint-Denis, lightweight, co-main event of the night. This is the fight with the most on the line. Both of these guys are ranked lightweights, sitting right on the edge of the title picture. Different personalities entirely. Pimblett, the loud, confident scouser who's built a massive following. Saint Denis is a soft-spoken, former French special forces officer who fights like it. Relentless forward pressure, dangerous on the feet, dangerous on the ground. Pimblett, coming off his first UFC loss of his career, a decision to current champion Justin Gaethje back in January. No love lost there. That's not a bad loss to have on the resume, but it does mean he's got something to prove now. Saint Denis is looking to solidify himself as one of the most dangerous names in the division. He finishes fights, he's aggressive from the opening bell in a way that either overwhelms opponents or gets him caught. There's not much in between them there. Whoever wins this walks into a career-defining next chapter. That stake level tends to bring out the best in fighters on both sides. My pick? Saint Denis by finish. I know that's not going to go over well with a lot of people. Second or third round. I think his pace, aggression are the exact recipe that give Pimblett trouble before, and I don't think Pimblett's takedown defense holds up over a full 25 minutes of that pressure. That said, Pimblett is off a loss, historically responded well. So don't be shocked if this goes into deep water before it is decided. Fight number 5, the one we've been waiting for. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway, the welterweight main event. 5 years. That's how long it's been since Conor McGregor competed inside the octagon since his leg broke against Poirier in July of 2021. Since then, we've gone coaching stints on The Ultimate Fighter, a couple of withdrawals, a lot of noise, and now finally, the Mac is back. Moving up to welterweight for the first time in his career. 37 years old against a man he already beat once, but 13 years ago when they were both just kind of starting out. Max Holloway is not the same fighter. He's not the same fighter that McGregor fought back in 2013. Not even close. Former featherweight champion, BMF champion. He's fought 8 times since McGregor's last outing and gone 5-3, including one of the most iconic knockouts in UFC history to win that BMF title. He's making his welterweight debut here too, but he's been live and active this entire time. No rust, no layoffs, no question marks. And that's the whole story of the fight right here. The fight activity versus the stardom, durability versus danger. Here's what I keep coming back to when I make this pick. Holloway has a cardio pedigree, the recent reps, and the chin that's only been tested by the very best in the world. McGregor has power, timing, and a 5-year layoff that nobody, not even McGregor, really knows how it's gonna show up under the lights. My pick, I got Max Holloway by decision in this. I think the volume and the pace over 25 minutes and the deciding factor, I don't think the ring rust magically disappears when you get a fighter after 5 years. And I want to be clear about this. If this fight doesn't make it out of the first 2 rounds, it's because McGregor's power showed up before Holloway's pace could take over. And that's a live upset right there happening. And I'm not writing off anybody completely. Whatever happens Saturday night, this is the fight of the summer. Cool Bets got you covered by every single angle on the money line, props, and betting here. And that's your main card. 5 fights, 5 picks, and 1 legacy-defining main event. Get your bets in before the walkout Saturday night on CoolBet, and make sure you're locked in with all of us all fight week, all on. Because this is going to be one of those fights that's going to go in history. We didn't think we would get this. We didn't think we would finally get a McGregor back in the cage, but regardless, fans are in for a treat. This is everything we all asked for. This is the summer blockbuster waiting to happen. Enjoy with your families, get together, enjoy these moments because these are magical times in MMA, and enjoy the fights.